6th, 7th, and 8th graders are going to be making a rosary, just a decade, a smaller one. This is a full one. I did not make this. I received this from someone else who is a pro at this. So we're going to be making this. Starting simply, you have plenty of twine to make this, plenty of nylon twine in your materials. And you can see one thing this was my first one. What I want to hope to do as I'm making this next one and showing you guys to get these a little closer, like this one here. See, I left a lot of gaps, but if gaps like this in yours, don't worry, you'll have plenty of twine. You can still use it for prayer. So you're going to take your twine and leave about a foot. Whatever your non-writing hand is, have that be the hand that holds the twine with your pointer finger and your thumb. And you're going to have it at an angle like this, and then have it go back on your nail, and then crisscross, all right? So we're making the first bead, and then you're going to have 3. 1, 2, 3. So you see there's 3 there on this cross here, crossing. You're going to slowly take those off your finger, keeping them in the same order. Can be the tricky part. And then pulling this long string through, long portion of the string. Okay, so you keep them in the same order. I find that to be the hardest part, actually. All right, and then that's the first bead. So if you make a mistake and they don't show like this and they look like they're, you can always undo it, take it apart. But once you pull it really tight to make the bead firm, it gets harder and harder to kind of undo it. So don't pull it tight until you're sure you like the bead and it's done. So for the next one, I'm going to make sure to keep my thumb pretty close so I don't have to move the loop. So do the same thing. I'm going to make 10 of these. It's 1, 2, 3. All right, and I pull it off my finger and I kind of loop this through. Keeping them in the same order. Make sure I keep them pretty close, not right next to each other, but I don't want to have what I had on my other one. Probably too much of a gap there. So kind of just work it slowly. I like that one there. So there's 2. So we'll do 10 of these. And when you're done with all 10, we'll move on to the next thing. All right. So once you have your 10 our Hail Mary beads done, next we're going to be looping it. So we're going to be making a loop and making a knot, and that's going to act as the Our Father bead for the decade. So loop it here. Leave a little more space. You don't want to have it as close as the other ones were together. And with both strings, we're going just 2 times, all right? Because you doubled string already, so it's going to be bigger. The tricky part with this is just keeping them in order. I better try doing that again. Getting it off my finger, keeping them in the right order. Otherwise you get a funky looking knot. I don't want a funky looking knot. I want a nice clean knot. All right. There. I think that's right. Okay. Well, it'll be good enough. If I could redo it and see if I can make it perfect, but that'll work. So the shorter end, you want to leave that there. We'll come back to that. Now we're going to make the cross. So what we're going to do is making the cross is you're going to make a bead, but you're going to go around 4 times. All right. Leave a little space. Go 4 times. Before we continue here, I'll point out, so we're making 3 of these right in a row. So that's what this is, the center here, and then we'll make 2 more on the side. I'll show you how to do that in a second. So I'll do 3 of these. It's 4 times around. So you're going to get them close because it's start it close as you can. I find that easiest. And there's less chances of not going as I want it to. So I gotta kind of keep them together like this, push them down, get them down, and then right next to it, and then tighten it like that. There's 2, and then 1 more. 2, 3, 4. Just as the other ones, if I make a mistake, you can always redo it. Take it apart. Once you tighten it, though, it can be really tighten it. It's harder to get it apart. There. So that's what we want to do. Now you notice I taped the end here because it was fraying. We'll fix that at the permanently at the end, but just for the time being, I decided to tape it so it wouldn't keep fraying. There's that. Now, what you want to do is take a scissors and leave about a couple inches here. We'll come back. We're going to burn the ends, but we'll burn all of them at once. So you still have plenty here, like this much, if not more. What we're going to do now is make the 2 sides for the cross, and so it's going to be 2 of the 4 beads between the first and the second. Since we put them together, it's you can't really, you can kind of see where it is. But how we're going to do that is you're going to loop it, and just like tying your shoe, the first loop you make, just like this. All right. I'm going to put it on there between the first and second one. I know I'm doing this. You want to tighten it. All right, get around that position, and then tighten it. All right, if you can manage to somehow get it between there so it's smoother, that's great. If not, that's okay. Right. Now on each of these sides, so I have that. I'm going to do another bead of going around 4 times. Pull that through. I want to make sure keep them together here. Get it close up there. All right, and then on this side, do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I messed that one up, so to redo that one. there. Tighten, make it tight. It's nice and tight. All right. Could do that one right, but I'm okay with it. I'm not too picky. Tighten. Okay, now we have these frayed ends. Okay, so what we need to do is we're should get your parents' permission before you start playing with a lighter. Or those big lighters for a grill or something. You can use that. Cut this off toward the end. A little bit left. How you do this is you just want to burn the end quick, just a little bit, and then press it up. Get it pressed up so it kind of just melts. And you do that for each of them. All right, and then there's that last loop here. Same thing right here. There. And you have your decade. Okay, that one came out much better. Doesn't take up as much space. But if you want to do one more like this, there's more room. It's probably but just a decade of the Rosary. This one's probably actually easier to pray with because I can get my hand in the middle of it. But yeah, there's the Rosary. So that's our craft this month.